Yeah, YouTube, what's up? That's Michelle362. So anyways, as a sub-completion of the AMT Diamond Rio kit, so basically I have it set up in a high place, a high point, but before I go any further, I'm going to actually move y'all down at the bottom. I think this is how I did it last time in the stream. Really not too sure, but get the camera just down here a little bit. So anyways, where I left off, some of you guys are wondering, well, how far am I taking, how much am I really putting into this kit? Well, I've been doing a lot of time and a lot of patience, and it's going to go a long way. So anyways, where I left off, some of you may remember last video, the frame basically was all green. There was no, basically no added anything to it. So each of these streams I'm doing, I'm going to be showing the update a little bit as I go along to let you know this is where I am on the level, on the par. So anyways, I just want to show you brief where I am now with the kit. Thanks to John Kloss, who I took advice about. And hopefully you guys will see what I've done. So anywho, as you can tell in the last stream, the whole chassis was just green. As you can tell, I got the steering linkage in. You can see the brass right there. The shocks basically mounted. Also in the center, what John Kloss had described is the moon caps in the center wheels, both driver and passenger side. That was a good idea. I want to say John Paul. I'm sorry, it was John Paul. I wanted to say thank you to the idea about the little moon caps here. I actually liked it a lot better. I actually, believe it or not, I test fitted it. So that's what it looks like with the back wheels already completed. Slowly but surely getting there. I'm going to do the front rims the same color as these. They're going to match up. Basically, this is the gist of it. So, I actually, you know what? I did see your channel. It was a model building channel. I believe I subscribed to your channel. I do have to check it out again because there were some things I was really intrigued on, and I should have saw one that you did. I think it was a painting or one of the kits you were building. So I'll have to check that out, and hopefully tonight. I've been busy trying to deal with the last minute payments and stuff like that of my financial issues, so to speak. But I will revisit your channel again, look at the videos again, and I was starting to, and I think I followed your channel. I believe I did, because I remember after the video, after the last stream, I actually had happened to, I believe I subscribed to the right channel, if I remember correctly. So I'll have to check it out. Again, make sure I got it. I think I hit the notifications as well, so it should have came up as your live feed and stuff like that. But I will check it again. So basically, where I was just explaining here, I was able to get the steering shaft in. The only thing I do have to be honest about is there's a key trick to this whole setup now with the steering. Now this arm, I don't know if you could see it. I'm trying not to hold it too much because I don't want it to shatter or break, because I have butterfingers at times. So there's two holes. You have a top and a bottom. So when you put this big arm here, which is the hydraulic, almost like a hydraulic, but it's like a piston, but you have to put it up on the top notch hole, which is like right up at the top, and then the lower linkage on the bottom here that goes into the bottom one. It's important. Sometimes, like when you build a kit, people who build truck kits normally don't do it that way. And yeah, huh? Might want to interview you down the road to get more subs. That'd be a good idea. I'm getting there. It's just I'm juggling between multiple streams, so it's I'm good with it. I just want to put it out there. I do normally usually like with YouTube. I do once a week, depending on the day. Depends notifications and stuff like that. But an interview would be really awesome. And I actually would be cool with it. Just get more involved and more in depth. But so jumping back to the truck, I actually it was really funny because I'm not doing the front wheels yet. Okay, the front wheels I'm going to hold off only because I'm being smart about one thing. And in past experience building truck kits, I was always known to mess up something in the kit. And I'm being smart this time around, and I'll be perfectly honest, the reason why I'm being smart is the last time. Yeah, I've been trying that. I looked at that whole thing about StreamYards, but I wasn't sure which one you're supposed to. Oh, shit. I got my phone here now. I've been trying to get a specific StreamYard. Speaking of which, I actually have my cell phone with me right here. So, yeah, I actually am trying to pull it up now. So the only thing I happen to see in StreamYards, now I have to retyping. Okay, so here's a StreamYard app. So anyways, to go really quick, so there's a Pro StreamYard mobile live stream. There's a free StreamYard live advice. There's Pro StreamYard live GUIA, Goya. Yeah, I actually do more likely. I'm using a Chromebook actually for my live stream when I do my live streams. Chromebook usually for my YouTubing, and then I have other hardware and programs. I'm still kind of getting used to. So basically, they have the one I'm looking at here is a StreamYard Live mobile. Cicerone, Prosumer Tutor StreamYard Restream. They have one that's called Live Me Pro, which is a video channel. I only see like quite a few different ones. Yeah, there's like so many apps which I've been looking at and just like which one you properly use. But I think this one's the mobile. I'll have to check on my Chromebook. Hopefully, I can see what's going on with that. So yeah, the mobile and the computer are two different. So I have to really look at that again. I have to revisit, and I have to get back into that again. So that's something I've been trying to do. So at the moment, where I also left off. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to look into they have it for the extension, which I do have to look for the Chromebook version, and I will tonight after the stream. To where I was in the last stream, I actually got the whole engine, the Cummins, which is going to be painted with a brown. So, yeah, so I just got this together. That's on a back burner because right now I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to do mess ups. So I guess tonight I am going to start doing the one thing I'm hesitant about. Oh, free a month, yeah. I have to really look at that, and yeah, it's a subscription based too. I will have to look at that at some point. Hopefully tonight, and then do it from there. So tonight, I'm actually going to be focusing on the battery box and the batteries, which I don't know which one is going to be a little bit more difficult, but I don't think it's going to be difficult at all. So tonight is going to be the battery box and the batteries. Holding off on the front wheels only because I don't want the brake on the actual spindles, the retainers, or the pins. Because I know once the wheels go on, that's going to be basically it. The chrome parts I'm not going to worry about yet. I won't do that until after the rest of the frame has been completed. So that's going to be the end all the be all kind of thing here. So tonight is the battery boxes, which somewhere in this mess will be in here. No, hold on. We got. Here we go. So the reason why I'm doing this with the battery box and the frame different is it's just, yeah. $15 a month. That'd be wonderful. That'd be actually a good idea. So the others, yeah, I got to do that, and hopefully I'll do it that way. So basically, that's just things I will take care of. Been doing a little bit more on the full-time streaming gig, kind of spreading it out a little bit evenly into the streaming and everything else. And then basically, I'm going to actually, there's like a lot of other things too. I'm trying to work out the apps, trying to get what's a little bit going on here. There's so many apps to do, so many things to do. Hopefully I can keep up with everything, which I'm very good about, so that's not too terrible. So I'm just going to have a go right now, working on the battery boxes, get the batteries out, painted. I still got my vent for my spray booth already still hooked up from the last stream. Oddly enough, I didn't do any very much. Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, so that'd be awesome. That's something I would actually think about doing. I do have to look at that later for the for that setup. So that's gonna be awesome. I've been trying to figure it doing that for quite a while. So, but it's a good investment, and I think that'd be a wonderful idea. It'll make things so much easier, and hopefully, I can get everything else basically legit and on the level. So let's see. The question is, without trying to trying to lop off the little pins here. Just clean this up a little bit, get a little bit of the excess sprue off, and then I'll use the sandpaper to justify my cleaning on the battery boxes. So basically everything I've done so far in this kit has been fine, except a few little parts you had to customize and everything else. Oh, that's true too. Yeah, that's another thing I'm thinking about too. Going in a different direction with that. And I've seen that happen where people would actually talk onto the social media, and there's a lot of buffering. Well, especially being in the workshop. Down here, this in my workshop in general, this is like an area that takes kind of somewhat a long time to load up, and I don't want to be, having that. I want to have the actual interactions with people, which would actually help a little bit more. So it's a lot to really look into and a lot to do in the upcoming streams. Huh? Yeah, non-StreamYards. Yeah, it's gonna be a change in there in the whole thing and everything else. So yeah, it's almost like when I used to run with the Streamlabs OBS. I actually used to have a subscription with them, and I think I shut it off because it was, or I canceled it or something like that. So it's not like too terrible. And yeah, there's a lot of little fun things here and there. So anyways, basically just doing what it is, building what I'm building, and yeah, that'll help too. I don't have, like, on Twitter, I don't really have many followers, to be perfectly honest. YouTube is kind of hit or miss. I mean, not many people would actually. I don't know how many people are out there are really into people who build models. You know, I gotta be honest. I kind of used to like OBS, but at some point, I just don't know. I've been sitting on the fence with OBS for a while. OBS has gotten, like, I don't like how they update it. I don't know. Maybe it's the fact they updated too much or they did something. But it's not. It's, hey, John Class, what's up? So basically, OBS is good in some levels, but I'm finding out that OBS has a lot of problems. StreamYards don't like OBS. Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. That's very, very true. And not many other people would be. There we go. Let's see if we can get that little. Oh, that's not good. Let me see on the other side here. Let me try it. It seems like I'm going to have to do what I was afraid of. I have to do a slight customization onto it. That's not a good thing. That should have sat evenly with the frame. Yep, it's going to be another modification on the only on one part, which is not too terrible. I can deal with the modifications, a slight modification. Yeah, one of the nipples is not quite sitting where it should be, so I'm going to make a bit of a slight little modification to make sure that I'm cutting the right side and not the wrong side, and I don't have to worry about anything falling and or tripping, or I should say, don't want to have no mess ups. So it's just how this stuff really works, you know? Just gotta run with it. You gotta do what you gotta do to make things work. So as you can tell, I had to cut off one of the nipples over here. And why is because the body mounts on this kit, and everybody knows that AMT model kits, you have to do a slight little tweak and or customization because things don't sit well. And I can't tell you how many times I've done that, especially with the Atomic Cannon kit. That was a reissue kit, and I had to machine the barrel itself. It's a fun little fact right there. Much as I try to avoid machining stuff and everything else, I just don't, and I cannot do it. I mean, I can, but it's going to take a long time to do, and not something I really want to do for about 10 to 20 hours of machining parts, and I don't want to go through that mess. So anyways, I'm cutting off opposite sides of each individual location, so hopefully I can get that in. And it seems like a no-go, so that means I have to cut both of them off. I just hope that's not the case, and I just got a freaking schmeg on the frame. Remember, this is a show truck and not a schmeg truck. And some people might, some people who are into the big rigs and stuff. Usually I want to see a nice little Diamond Rio all built up and looking nice and pristine rather than a schmeg up version. If it's, making a show truck version, it's obvious. So it looks like I gotta cut both of those off. That's not too terrible. I can deal with that. So cut off the unwindness of there and get everything all together. Do a nice little circle, little roundy round on the sanding there. Make sure I get it all nice and even and flush, and then this way I don't have problems later on in the upcoming little endeavor and projects, and want everything to sit as best I can. And the parts of it don't, damn well, there's not much you can do about it. But yeah, so alright, so the frame I'm not touching no more. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. I'm just really not gonna touch it. Everything else I'm doing for this kit, it's gonna be in a different level. So let's take a look here on what I'm gonna add to it. Hopefully maybe something good. But no my luck, it's gonna be something wonderful. So the funny thing is about these older trucks, the older model kit trucks, in any perspective, whether if it's a real truck or a model kit truck, the older ones, way back in the 60s and 70s, used to have the air tanks underneath the battery boxes. In here, it's actually illustrated here. Sometimes the air tanks were located by the back axles in the back of the truck. And but depends on the year, the model, and the make were the biggest things. Earlier trucks were just the air tanks were underneath certain key elements. I believe Autocar had them more in the back, if I remember correctly. So I'm looking at the instructions here. Some of it is interesting how I'm reading the instructions. However, the part locations, you would have to somehow modify for them to fit. The same thing if you want to build the model car kit, and it's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of thinking, and it's a lot of everything else. And I can't really think that far, especially at this time at night. It's 9:04 here, which interesting. So the tanks, if I remember correctly, the tanks were also painted the same color as the truck. Now, that being said, so it seems like I'm gonna have to do a 1, 2, 3. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 part. I think that's gonna be a 4-part build of the battery tanks. I think I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But I'm gonna see if I have another type of air tank I might be able to pull off. I don't know if these are the ones, but I might want to check a reference guide. If I still have the Kenworth Canepa things, I actually want to add the chrome air tanks to these, provided by if I still have the instruction manual for that particular truck. Now the question is, do I have it in this boneyard? Nope, that's for the air cleaner. I swear to God, I have too many smokestack if anybody wants one. And I am actually going to be making a custom smokestack for this kit. I'm not going to use an actual kit smokestack because it will not be that great useful. No, drive shaft. Well, one of the little pieces I used to use to make the cannon for the atomic cannon kit. But no Canepa Kenworth instruction manuals, therefore I am SOL. I don't think I'm going to be able to use any of these stuff. Oh, I got more brass tubing, bumpers, axles, spare frame parts, tires, which are a little too small. I mean, I'm not going to Yeah, this particular truck I'm doing, it's going to be actually a sleeper. I would do a day cab, but I'm more into the sleeper versions. There were things the only day cab I've actually built. In the last video, if memory serves, I did show it. In one of the videos or one of the live streams I did, it was the Bixby cattle truck that was turned to a day cab. That was the green auto car, the matching trailer that went with it, and well, that was the only day cab I've built. The majority of the truck kits I've actually built in the past, believe it or not, and I still have one. I saved it to this day. Was the Moving On truck. Believe it or not, the Moving On truck's in the not in here, but it's in the other section. Eventually, I'm going to have to pull that kit out and rework it. I was actually going to put a sleeper on it, but something happened to where that kit, I was in the process of completing it, but something had happened. I believe I was moving and I didn't finish it in time, and well, everything else just got backed up in projects. So I have a few other truck kits that do need some love and attention. Right now, I haven't done so and been kind of a bad girl for not doing it. So I got to start thinking about. I have to start thinking about pulling those out from the grave and possibly resurrecting them. Hopefully, I can make up a whole new set of smokestacks for the Moving On truck. So, of course, back there, everybody knows it's a hot water heater. I don't have like a really quiet work spot. You know, I gotta make do what I got. So you have to excuse the noise. Eventually, when I get everything situated, I'll have like a better workshop where I won't have to worry about this type of noise, and I can have one that's more built for suitable means. So, anyways, I would like to thank Devil Dog for joining up onto my channel. Welcome, Devil Dog. Hope you find this fun, and welcome to the channel, Devil Dog, and welcome those who are new, and welcome those who have been returning subscribers. You guys are freaking awesome. So, going back to what I was saying at hand here, I don't have like a good workshop to say. I'm kind of enclosed in. I got an oil tank here, work table here, some flooring here for the school bus conversion, which is right now in a secluded area. We were told to move it because the bus was too big and it was becoming a bit of an eyesore where I live. So, yeah, and that was a year ago. So, anyways, unfortunately I don't have any chrome air tanks. I was going to use from the Canepa Kenworth kit, or roll it in my graveyard box or truck box, or graveyard truck box sort of thing. So I didn't really. I don't have anything for it yet, so I'm going to actually use the stock version. I want to try to do the best I can. I mean, if I can make this into a short truck, and if I can't use chrome air tanks, then I will use the kit and make it as original as I possibly can. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's all good. So yeah, so right now I had to use a magical wand. I shouldn't say magical wand. It's like a magical tooth. Well, not magical toothpick. Hold on, let me reiterate that. No, It's just a toothpick. I used to have the cap, but I lost it, so I had to use this as a plug to put that into the whole, the glue thing, the rubber cement tube here. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to start getting these parts of the air tank together. I know it's not a lot going on with my truck building, but if I can get this air tank to sit properly and try to even it out as much as I can, I want to make it look nice, but I don't want to make it look like shite. And because every scale model builder enthusiast, not every, but there's some that will just take frown upon if, oh, heaven forbid, you don't do it right. I always been the type of person that, when I do it right the first time, not do it again. I mean, there's going to be some trial and error. There's going to be other things, but you got to do it then. Huh? Yeah, see. Huh? So, anyways, so it's all good. It's awesome. And it seems like I have a little bit of a dryage issue, or dryage issue with the glue at the moment. It may have been a little bit of a capsizing. So there we go. And let me just get that little toothpick in there so we don't have problems or it doesn't dry up on me. So it's best I can do as far as the actual. Well, I think I can only get as far as possible. Oh yeah, and that really just made itself nice and space age welded in and everything else. So I think we have everything here. So I'll just leave that there on top of whatnot, and so forth. Now, let's take a look here at the batteries while these are drying. I don't want to stray too much to what I'm doing. Once I get the whole frame together, when I get the main stuff together, I will put the front tires on, and I should be good. I really should be. And I don't remember where I put the flat black. So let's see, what color is this now? Ah, yes, the flat black. This is I think this one's dried up. Oh yeah, that one's dried up. That's the bad paint. That's the one that I call it the no good Nick. As I rummage through my mess. And here we go. I don't even know if this paint's even still good, because if not, then I won't be able to paint the batteries, and that's a big no-no. So I'm going to find out. I can't even tell. So I use a stirring stick. Stirring stick 101. Hopefully this thing is... no, it's not too bad. Still savable, but it's not enamel, but hey, that's fine. Alright, I think I have enough here I believe I have enough here to do it. I think I do. I'm not too sure. I'm not 100% sure. And let's see, the brush. Was this the one I was using last time? Yeah, I'm about to retire this whole thing. As you can tell, it's been So anyways, yeah, it's a little bit not good. So we have the 2 batteries. We have the other stuff, which I can't even see what that is down over there. You know, some of us who get much older, when eyesight start going bad, yep, and I dropped one. So I got the little bit here. Usually I start the top and I work on the side. So that's not too terrible. I just grab a little bit of paint. I mean, the paint's still good, thank God. But it doesn't change very much of anything. Which... And I think my eyesight is starting to go. Oh, that's not good. Get that little cross-eyed wonder thing going on, you know? You get like a little bit of a dry dizzy spell or whatever. So, and just going over 1 coat of each part. Hopefully I can get everything possible, or at least the 1 coat's important, and you don't do like a multiple splatter, you know, not like canvas art. Awesome. So, anywho, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. And as you can tell, I'm doing the tops individually first. Like this one is the first cut of that one. This one, it's always important to do the tops first, then you worry about the sides. So you can see this one here. And then, of course, the rest of it will be painted, but not just yet. I got to make sure everything just dries up before I can do anything. And it's kind of embarrassing. Oh, and I just tagged myself. But yes, it's a lot. It's a lot of fun building these kits, these old AMT kits. And if I can do this properly, now and say tag I'm it, I should be good to go. Just gotta make sure you get all of the first coat in. It's important. Like I said, first coats are always important. Second coats are kind of, I mean, some people go first, some people go second, and some people can go all nuts and go third. But then if you go 3 coats, it's a bit of excessive. Then it's like, well, then what do you do? Can't do very much, you know? So I'm just letting everything sit. Battery boxes are going to dry for a little bit before I can finish up the air tank. So I think the batteries themselves are going to be, I think there's 4 parts that, no, there's going to be 4 parts. No, two more. Was it 2 more or 4 more? I think it's 2 more parts before anything. And I need to get some water. Well, apparently I'm not going to use this one. You can tell it's multicolored tie-dye. I mean, you know, they say the 60s want their cups back. And they're not getting that one. This one, let me see what I got here to work with. I got a, no, we're not using that one. This one I can probably rinse out. Don't think I have any visitors in this one. Well, just dusty, but you know what? We're going to use this one. I just got to get rid of the cobwebs and spoof out. So give me about a few moments here. I'm going to go fill this up with water. And I'm going to rinse off or get this cleaned off real quick before it hardens up like epoxy. Like that thing in Police Academy when a dude just like freaking to put epoxy, the epoxy helmet, and their fingers got stuck to the helmet. Y'all remember that one. Let me just go get the water real quick. Alrighty. Well, I didn't take too long. Just a hop, skip, and a jump from the wash sink back to the workshop. I gotta put this in here real quick before it becomes like, uh, well, almost like that thing you saw in the Scooby Doo movies when Mama Cass was running the candy factory, and how Scooby and Shaggy somehow made rock candy. You don't want these brushes to do anything, but unfortunately, as of tomorrow, I'm gonna hold on to this brush. But as of tomorrow, you do. You know what? As long as here's the thing, and it's funny because I haven't done, and actually, okay, going back to way back when, and this is going back. Uh, well, I'll tell you a story. Very very old story. It was back in the 90s. A long time ago, I was part of the Igor Sikorsky IPMS chapter. The car club was called CAMS. But we used to get together for the chapter. And once, I think about a couple of times a year, we used to have these mile contests. And it's awesome because you know what? I haven't been into an old meet and greet in a very long time. Not you know, as far as like a mile club go, I haven't been there in a very long time. And when at the time back in the 90s, we had well, there used to be a hobby shop that was about, I think, probably over 5-10 miles away from where I used to live. So every third Monday of the month, we used to all get together. So we were like, okay, at first I didn't know anything about it. So the Cam Smile Club that's they used to belong to, everybody got together. They would talk about certain mile cars they did or certain things they done, and or recaptivating certain kids that may have been at a scale or whatever the case may be. So finally, it was going on for quite a while. It was a long. I put a lot of commitment going to it every third Monday of the month, and it started around 7. And so the owner kept doing this for a while. It was ongoing. He'd post up like this, like letters about the mile contests that were coming. You had some in Staten Island, you had some in Connecticut, you had, almost everywhere. And some of you may remember, and I do remember this particular event. It was, I think this is the one in Staten Island. I wanted to go to it. It was, some of you may remember MASCAR. I know it's kind of like an old thing that was, it was a model contest, but it was like something like, it was like this big event. Like, every model builder, it was like just not just local or nationwide. Other people used to come around, join up with this event. And I wanted to go. I never did. And one year I was getting ready. I thought of it and I was getting ready to go. So what happened was, it was canceled. Well, none of us, I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. I got to the hobby shop. Now, I saw the friends, members of the car club who were there, the CAMS club, or a couple. And I'm looking around. I'm like, where's the owner of the hobby shop, right? Well, this is what happened. I go in. I see like a thing that says, "We will miss you, Scott Davidson," who was the owner of this particular hobby shop. And I'm like, I didn't think much of it. I was like getting ready. I was getting so stoked about building and entering the next contest. So the next day I came in. I get a couple of things I missed. It was like a few aftermarket model kit parts. And what had happened, I found out shortly after. After I read what was on the wall, I'm like, he passed away. And eventually the model club started to deteriorate, and then they started to relocate to somewhere else I wouldn't be able to get to. So at that point, that's when I stopped going to the contest, because the whole club just deteriorated. And it was a long time. I started going, when I started doing it, when I was building models, I wasn't doing it a lot as like I used to, because every year, and it was always religious every year. Once a year, by like start of September all the way to the end to the winter, I'd be building models. It was like nonstop. And then I would take a break for about 1 to 2 months and then build up again. However, when the model club had fallen apart and dispersed, I didn't really build them as much. I stopped building them. I was more focused on moving. I had a lot of other things going on, a lot of some good things and some bad things. And then when my father had passed on from Lou Gehrig's disease, I just stopped building completely. There was just too much going on, and there was just a lot. So when I started moving here in this place, this house, I started to slowly get back into it. My first model building, and funny enough, was actually this tank kit. Of course, the box is all empty, but this is the first kit I've actually built when I started moving back into this place. And this was a sovereign reminder is when I started getting back into it. Now I have this kit. It's already done. It's already complete. Became a minesweeper. And in one of my older archives in the video, it does show. I don't know how far back, so I couldn't tell you. You have to scroll into the library where my feeds are, and you can see where I was building it. But it was early on. It's just a kind of an old video. And I never really continued it with the streaming of that said build during that time. So yeah, it's been long. I'm overdue. And my family, my friends and my family have been telling me I should get back into getting back into the car clubs or the model building scenes again, to start representing my work. But yeah, I've been basically keeping everything in secret. I just couldn't, I really couldn't do very much at the time. So it was kind of like you're in a no-win situation when you're dealing with a lot. I've probably, in a long time. And so here I am now, getting back into it again and kind of remembering how I build. But in a way, I learned different things as I was doing this. Not by much, but just a little bit. And here I am now on YouTube. Made this now more as of a modeling channel. Was a gaming channel, but I had to take a change in this channel for the sake of a lot of things. It was I'd rather show and everything else. And like I'm doing now, because now I just cleaned up this brush, I'm going to start doing the sides of the battery. I have to slowly do the Ant March of Doom here with the batteries. But I am thinking about taking up those offers about joining back up to the model clubs, a little meet and greets here and there. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked. If I get myself back into that again, it would be nice. Saturdays are a bit rough. Saturdays are a bit rough. I have other things that do happen. But I'll be able to see if I can try to join in on those things, like those activities, like I did back then. Which would be pretty. I think that'd be pretty freaking awesome. So it's just a lot of things that happen, and yeah, I think yeah, I'm well overdue. But as you can tell, the just painted that one side. As you can tell, what I did there. I'm doing the best I can to keep the brush up so you guys can see exactly what I'm painting. Um, but sometimes it's not that easy, you know. Um, so, anyways, I was gonna keep this as a secret. One thing I will confess on. Um, this truck in general, and I know I said it before with the Sinclair truck, and I won't say it again, is the fact that this will be the Diamond Rio is going to be a Sinclair truck, and I'm going to actually get the actual trailer. However, I'm going to have to find a decal big enough to actually make it a Sinclair truck. Yeah, 1 p.m. on Saturday, I could try to make it. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll try. I can't make any promises right there, because there's other things I have to take care of. I'm working later on the day, but at night, and when you're an essential worker, you just, but I'll try to make it as long as I'm not like too occupied at that time. Hopefully, I'm not keeping my fingers crossed. So that's basically the gist of it, and everything else that's been going on my life. But yeah, as far as like I said before, and time again, I am going to be leaving my retail job to pursue my streaming and or broadcasting for I'd say about more full time at that point. Hmm? Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. There are people that do that. Um, but I remember the ones I used to go to. It was like you sat there for about, we used to joke around too way back then. So it was really interesting. So right now I'm going to see if I can clean up the other part of this air tank, the second part. But yeah, it'd be nice to see how this all turns out for me and get back into it. I mean, I had a friend of mine, she female I know, she basically had joined up with a club, and she did two of them. She joined up two clubs, and then one of them she liked more than the other. It was kind of weird, but I don't know. Maybe it didn't click with her. I don't know. It's like a lot of things just don't really. But yeah, so I'm gonna start cleaning up this last part of the air tank. Just gotta sand this down a little bit here. I'll do the best I can to get the. I don't want to put the cheat sheets on, but I call them like my big doctor specs here. These I've had, I think, going on what, 14? I think 14 years out there. About 14 years I've had those. And they've worked wonders. Didn't think somebody like me would be wearing them, especially now that, things are just looking a little bit different. So, just gotta sand down this half of the tank. Gotta do this half down. Very light sanding. I'm not doing. Whoa, I almost lost it too. So very light sanding on the air tanks. Just trying to keep the detail in. That's basically important. I usually I build vehicles like this. I try to keep as much detail as I possibly can because I don't want to make it look like a Picasso. But yeah, I'm just gonna get as much as I possibly can. It might need a little bit more of a, yeah, it needs a little bit more. It needs a little bit more of a trimmer. Let me see. It should be. Alright, so I gotta do the top of this part and then I'm good. Alright, so that'll work. Just try to clean it out. Old trick I'm actually doing, which I know I shouldn't be doing it. It's usually taking my thumb and wrapping it around the tank or the top half of the tank. Do the best I can to sand it so it looks okay and doesn't look like anything lopsided. Up. How you doing? Wait, what? Ah! Sorry, I couldn't see that name too much, but... Okay, so I think... You know what? I think because the glue made them... I think the glue welded these together. I'm going to try putting them together. It's the other half and see how this works out. I'm not even sure. But, Lord, I don't even know. We'll find out when I get it all together. Can I help if I can see what the hell I'm doing, right? Yeah, I know. I don't want to admit it, but I think I'm getting ready to get some glasses. You can only do this for like so long until you realize you can't do very much. But this old girl can still see what she's doing a little bit. So I haven't fully given up yet. Okay, so we'll leave that there. So we're not going to touch that now. Let's get the other half together. So basically, you just want to have it look like this. The air tanks and the battery box are going to be painted as one whole unit, as it was for the frame. So, we say, let something happen, and let it happen. And a little scary thing I found out that testers, I was talking to a hobby shop owner. He told me one day that that Testors is no longer in business, and that Rust-Oleum took over the line of the Testors glue, and I believe the paints, if I remember correctly. Years ago, you never had a thing here, Rust-Oleum Company, which is a Catch-22, which is right there. So, yeah. I didn't think Rust-Oleum actually bought out the Testors Corp, the remainder of the Tester Corp glue and all its fun little goodies here and there, which would have been kind of... Oh, man, I would have paid to see that. I actually would have. I didn't even know they changed it then. They changed it, the company back then. It's kind of like when they used to have the Pyro Cats, and what was it? Pyro got bought. I think, didn't Pyro get bought out by AMT or something like that? There's just a lot of things that, you got all these big companies that do a lot. Yeah, I kind of figured as much because, it was painful because I remember reading a letterhead. Let's look at the perspective here. Now, well, I don't know about polar lights. Listen to me. No, polar lights. But that's a different topic on its own. And normally I don't. I don't know. Normally I don't really see anything else. Now, these are still drying, so I can't touch them yet. Gotta do one side at a time, one section. Well, no, I can still touch the sides. I can't just touch the front facings of them. So basically, I don't know. You got all these companies that change up things. It's not the same as it was. And then when they try to remake a kit, case point, like when you have AMT Erdal and they start making a model the Round 2 company that bought them out. And well, I didn't buy them out. They actually bought the molds. Some of the model companies back then were starting to go under, so there were some that bought the model molds and they made their own renditions, which wasn't too bad, but you still have to fight with the changement of plastic. Nowadays, the injection molds, well, they always say like when you remake a model kit and with the original tooling, chances are the original tooling, I don't think some of it was all original tooling. I think some of it was replacements because some of the original molds and or tooling could have gotten destroyed. So they had to try to find a way to replicate it or some kind of ridiculous brouhaha, which no one would ever know. It's kind of like eating a Tootsie Pop. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, and the world will never know? That's just basically how that works. Yeah, it's funny. Round 2 does own AMT, but okay. There's a kit here I've been working on. Now, I am a bit ashamed. I'm a bit disappointed. I mean, I like AMT, don't get me wrong. I gotta give them some respect. But I've been putting this off for a while. I do have it's a 1/16 scale. It's already somewhat complete. About, I think, not 100%, but it's somewhat complete. I stopped working on it, and it was actually, believe it or not, I'll show you in my Badger airbrush, which I actually use only every now and then and not very much or often. An old Pactra paint thing I use my thinner for. I have water and thinner, which kind of doesn't go good together. So I will show this real quick. No, not the Sinclair truck kit. And at some point that's going to get built too, but that's another point. I find brushes for detail work. But the kit I have already somewhat done and complete, and I just got to take it out from the graveyard here. At some point it will be done. I don't know, and hopefully the junkyard part doesn't fall off. And I believe that went to the International Scout 2, which I probably won't want to use. So anyways, without further ado, this is a kit I've been not really, I should be happy it's somewhat done, but at the same time, it's really not done entirely. I was a little disappointed in it. Now, when you build a roll cage in a NASCAR kit, one would only think, right? Now, I know before everybody says I should finish building it and stuff like that. Well, right in my hands, the exhaust didn't look quite right. I had to do the best I can to get the exhaust kind of tucked in. But as you can tell, this is the 1/16 scale Buddy Baker NASCAR. Unfortunately, I never finished it. I actually got to make a new shroud over here. I got to fix this little piece right here. So I have to build a whole new shroud. I have to machine it, obviously. when I had gotten the kit, and I got to fix the front wheel here because that got all messed up. I thought I had everything set with the A-frame, and unfortunately, that did not happen the way it was supposed to. So I had to go back and fix it. I did most of the work, the engine work. I done a lot of the underneath. It's missing a shock or two, but I almost came close of like tossing this thing out. I don't even remember what red paint I used. I mean, this was one that's been sitting down here, I think, well over 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 years, I think. Oh yeah, I know that Tinker truck and everything else. But this kit's been sitting in the back burner. At some point, if I ever feel like I'm ready to tackle this on again, it'll be in a later time. It's one thing I'm not really all concerned about, but I do have one kit. I didn't really show in my last stream. I'm sorry I didn't. Yeah, I'm going to be building up some stuff. I actually have one. I have one that's a real nostalgic throwback. Some of you may remember the kit. And some of you are probably going to be wondering what I'm talking about. So I have to go pull it out from the graveyard, which is in the other part of the basement. But if you guys hang tight, I will go show it real quick while the parts here are drying. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's interesting. Oh, it's way back there. Good shit. It's back there. Well, without further ado, it's dusty and musty and everything else. So anyways, so here's a dust must. Wow. This kit's old. I've had this kit for a long time. And at some point, I am going to be finishing it. I do have to. There's so many kits I have to either I got to rebuild them or fix them or whatever. So, okay. Well, anyways, I want to show you this old kit, which some of you may remember the Moving On show. And the actual truck kit, the Kenworth, that they actually used in the series. Oddly enough, I have to put the wheel back on. This is the original kit. All original. I got to fix the stack on there. That's no big deal. I got to put the bumper back on, the wheel back on. I got to fix the sleeper. I got to do the air cleaner. And that's it. But this is the original Moving On truck kit. Yeah, this is the original, the old style. I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah, this is one I've had for a very long time, and how this story had happened. Now, this is my second Moving On truck kit. Yeah, but here's the thing. This is my second Moving On truck kit. The first one I had gotten, I was young. I was probably I'd say I was preteen, bought the kit, $50. No big deal. So one day, I actually had decided that, the building, whatever, right? So, yeah, they do look similar. I'll be honest, between the Moving On Truck kit and that kit, they both look similar. Um, like I said, I can't tell you how many model truck kits I've seen that are similar, or they look the same, or it's creepy, but at the same time, you get to see these model kits. It's really interesting, especially me who's like into the nostalgia. Oh, and I gotta fix some stuff on this thing. Oh boy, I got my work cut out ahead of me. Yeah, I got a moth flying around here too. Interesting. It may have been from the box. Sorry. But anyways, I'm gonna put this over in a safe spot and I'm getting covered and it's dust over the years. But the long gist of it, yeah, this is why I've been a trucker girl, for a long time. When I was even a little girl, I used to be around an old area I lived in. There were trucks that would, like, it was either dumpers, wreckers, dumpers, wreckers, 18-wheelers, box trucks. I mean, where I used to live, everything was like almost heavy. I say about a majority of the area I lived in was more industrial, except for the small little sections, the small little areas, like the farmlands and over by the beachfront and stuff like that. So that's why I've always been into it. We used to. Yeah, that kit's hard to come by. This second one here, no lie. Remember when I said about the model club I was part of that dispersed? There was a guy. The GMC, the General. Yeah, I actually had that kit. I was going to make that to a stick bed truck, but that didn't work out very well to my liking. But the funny story was the GMC General, the Canepa, the Moving On truck kit. I spent on those 3 kits. I almost wanted to buy my friend's whole lot. He had a whole mess of these 18-wheeler kits. And it's a shame I didn't do it. But back then, I wanted to buy his whole entire stock. He had truck kits from the basement floor to the ceiling. And I wanted to buy them all. But there was a catch. He wasn't selling all of them. He was only selling a small handful. And so I was like, okay, fine. I'll buy 3 kits off you. I think I spent the Moving On truck kit was, I think, $100. The GMC General, I think that was $25. The Canepa kit was $100 about $100. So 2 kits are over $100. So I spent about $225 on just the 3 kits. This kit right now, this one I'm on, believe it or not, this is the one that's been eluding me. Now the kit, this is not really a Kenworth kit. Okay. This kit in general, the reason why I was shy and I was missing this kit, this one is a Diamond Rio. This is the one that I've been trying to get my hands on for a very long time. It's ouch, and my arm just popped. So anyways, this is I'll show you the box art cover, but this one here is the Diamond Rio. It's the one kit I've been wanting to add to my collection. I have 2 auto cars, a Diamond Rio. I mean, there's a lot of model kits here. There's so many. I'm like behind them all, but it's just neither here or there. I'm gonna let these sit for a little longer. I'm gonna start painting up on the last parts of the battery, and that's basically it. And then eventually I'll get these all set up and squared off, and put these over here. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. One kid that's always eluded me. Yeah, I'm a slow builder when it comes down to this, because for me, if I build a certain truck kit, I like to take my time. It's kind of like an idea. It's like knowing the color. Depends on what I'm using it for, what I'm making it for, and I do the best I can here to actually do a lot of detail. I actually built one kit I've actually built was the Bandit, which is the Tyrone Malone toy hauler and the Bandit. But the only difference I did with the toy hauler of Tyrone Malone's truck is I ordered the Big Papa truck. I should have gotten the other one. However, I did my own little artwork to that kit I bought. So, unfortunately, I should show that in one of my other streams. Probably in a later stream, I may show that one, but I do have to put the exhaust back on the actual Jag truck I have for that, which I haven't done yet either. So you can tell that I'm backed up and all this sort of thing. But right now, I'm trying to get my truck collection complete before anything else. I want to make sure everything is done prior to all that, and hopefully I can be happy knowing I've completed almost every truck kit I can ever find. But I think I'm still gonna keep looking for other truck kits that maybe I have not seen. I know this kit here, this tanker with the Freehoff, I know it's a small version of it, but I want to see if I can get the actual 1/25th scale, the white truck, the actual 1/25th scale version, if they have it provided by. So basically, it's just everything there. So it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, and there's a lot to do. And hopefully, by the next video, I keep my fingers crossed, I can actually have the battery box complete, the frames complete, and then hopefully I can start building upwards, get the engine painted, get the dress shaft painted, and then I can just start focusing on everything else, which really shouldn't be that bad. The only reason why I'm taking my time doing the battery box and everything else, I want to make sure it's done once and right, and not just having it mismatched. But it's been good. So far, building this kit hasn't been a problem. Just slight little disfigurations, but other than that, it's not going to be that horrible when I get done with it. Eventually, I'm going to have to do a lot more work, and hopefully I can get everything done prior. So, yeah, but as far as everything else goes, there's just so much to do, and only so little time to do it in, You got to do what you got to do to make things look right and make them look pretty, and hopefully you enjoy it, and that you don't have to worry about taking them apart and then put them into a parts bin like I did here with my other model failed attempts. But originally, real quick before I end the stream, I actually originally was going to use these chrome tanks, but there's a reason why I didn't do it, and I was smart not to. So I want to keep it as much as I can original. But originally I was going to use the chrome tanks onto this kit, and I was going to make them with a bigger tank and everything else, but I'm not going to do it. because I know there's other things I already have in store for this kit. So I have a lot of other things planned out. I have an idea how I'm going to do the smokestacks for this kit. That's in a later footage. And at that point, it'll just be from here on out. So, I gotta do one thing at a time, focus on it, and hope and pray that this whole kit turns out the way I should want it, and not to have my imagination run away when I am building it, because sometimes I start building something, my imagination tends to run away, and it goes the other way. So I don't want to have that problem, and there you have it. But yeah, I basically that's all I can really say for it. And then the engine, of course, the engine on this kit's actually a Cummins, which isn't that bad. So I'm going to go with the colors of the Cummins. Yes, I am. I'm on Facebook. I'm Michelle Paula Donovan. You can just follow that through, amongst everything else. But yeah, I'm on Facebook. I don't normally go on Facebook, but usually, like if anybody like sends a message me, I'll do what I can to answer. If I don't answer right away, I'll be able to answer it when I can. But yeah, you follow me at Michelle Paula Donovan, and so that's just basically it. Yeah, I did see that earlier in the comment section, and actually I did reply to it, but so you just make sure you follow that there. So it is what it is. So basically, it's how this works, and this is how my whole life has been with building truck kits and sometimes car kits. That's a different story, different level, different time. But yeah, that's just some of it, and waiting for everything now to dry up, and can't do anything until maybe tomorrow, hopefully. I can actually start working on the other fun little doodads and get everything all together. But yeah, I think here there's not much else I can really show and or say at the moment. Eventually, there will be more of me doing stuff, but right now this is like the small tidbits. I mean, I can work on other parts of the truck, but the thing is, it's doing a segment thing with this stream, and those who actually actually may be stuck on some things. It's Michelle. It's easy enough. The first name is Michelle, and then my middle initial is Paula. So, the Diamond Rio, yeah, it's a good kit. But like I said, I want to enjoy the if I love a kit like this, you need to enjoy the work, and you have to enjoy the details. I mean, if you just get a model kit, but here's the thing. You have builders and you have collectors. Collectors, they'll just collect them. They'll sit on a shelf, like collect dust for years and years and years and years. If you're a builder, now this is where everybody gets confused on this one. When a builder builds a kit, now this is a rule of thumb, and I'm not going to lie. When a builder builds a kit, they want to take the time to detail it out, do it right, enjoy the kit, not rush through it, not like make it like a complete, here's like a couple hours into building a kit, and next thing the whole thing falls apart because you just didn't let the glue sit, you didn't paint it, you didn't take a lot of time to detail basically the whole 9 yards. And when you do proper care, proper build, it's proper paint, proper care, proper build, and just sitting here, just absorbing this kit as you're going along. The side mirrors, yes, they are, and I found out a way how to deal with that. Now, there's an interesting way how you deal with that part. Instead of mounting the cab to the frame, now what I've learned, I'll show you really something cool. When you build, okay, let's say you have the interior, the firewall. Let's say you have the interior complete, the glass is in, the firewall's in there as well. Now, you don't mount the kit to the frame to do it. It's also goes the same way with the decals, which here's a misconception. Take this for a thought. Yeah, let's not talk about Lindbergh, okay? I will not. Let's just not talk about Lindbergh kits. That's just a gray water area that most people wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Look, I understand when we're all younger, Lindbergh kit was the bomb, kind of thing. But as we get older, we realize that the Lindbergh kits I have no issues with them, but I just don't like them. Not as like I used to. I mean, they were good for starting points, but it just doesn't do anything. Yeah, I know. Lindbergh kits are, yeah. I had a Lindbergh kit, and I tell you something. I actually Frankenstein one of them. I really did. I actually Frankenstein one of them. I actually took a Lindbergh body. I forgot what car it was, but I just took a Lindbergh body. I modified it, and I actually made my own frame. Didn't make a Lindbergh frame. Didn't even use one. I just made my own frame for it. But that's neither here nor there. But I just modified it, and it didn't even look like a Lindbergh kit by the time I got done with it. But to go about the side mirrors on the cab here real quick. The same thing with the decals. And this is where I've seen people stumble. With decals and side mirrors on a cab kit. Decals, you don't mount the cab to the frame. Same thing goes for side mirror. If you're adding a sleeper, it's best to do the decal when you have it laying on its side. This way you can see exactly where you're going to line up the markings. However, that also goes for the same for the side mirror. So you always want to make sure you lay it sideways and in a proper angle. So when you have it set to that proper angle, it will sit nicely. But what I would recommend doing is if you're using like a tester cement, just like use like a little bit of a toothpick, but you want to use it just enough to put it up onto the points, and you'll mount those side mirrors in. But when you get one side done, it's easy. But when you get to the other side, just kind of hold it rightly so like this. Unless if you're not putting the interior in. See, if you're putting the interior in, then you have to hold it this way, like this. If you haven't put the interior in, you just hold it from in here. But make sure you wear vinyl gloves so you don't get in contact with paint. But that's the only thing I can say about that. And the decals are just a little bit different. You just gotta kind of finagle them, but But I've learned different little tricks here and there. As far as like everything else, not too much. Yeah, but there's a lot. But going back to you're about Lindbergh, yeah, Lindbergh kits are junk. The only thing I find good for Lindbergh kits in aspects, the only thing that are good out of that kit are just the bodies. If you're good at building the frame and you want to build your own interior, go for it. get creative with that kit. I mean, that's all you gotta do. DONOVAN. But that's just the way that works. But if anybody's going to add me up on Facebook, just make sure you leave a direct message so I know it's you. I know there's people who just let me know it's you so this way I can add you. Only because I'll usually get like randoms and I won't even know who they are unless if they, they're self-explanatory and they, tell me if they met me up on YouTube. Because I won't know. I mean, for me not to know is kind of like you're taking a shot in the dark here. So, but in that's basically all I can cover for tonight. Usually I don't do very much. All right, that should be fine. Yeah, just as long as you can, it's either like if you add me as a friend or just send me a message, like a direct message, at least I'll know who it is. If it's nobody I don't know, then it becomes like, okay, so who is this person? That sort of thing. And trying to avoid all that rigmarole. Oh, it's DONOVAN. The last name is Irish. Oh, that was just a stool. All you have to do is like if you type in Michelle, it'll say Paula, and it'll be Donovan, which is DONOVAN. So can't miss it. I know a lot of people think there's a lot of Donovans out there, and that's true, but you'll see it. So, boy. Now hold up here. What's going on? Oh, no, these. Good thing I have like this this blocker thing. So, oh no, what the hell is this stuff? Whoops. So wait, what? I'll just be nice. I'll just send that. I can't even stop like closing it off. But yeah, just make sure, like I said, if you find me up on Facebook or something, just like I said, just leave a note or leave a message, and I will be able to get in touch with y'all. And like I said, it does take a while for me to respond. So if for some reason if I don't respond right away, just know that I will. It does take me a while to respond. With everything else going on, but normally I'm good about it. But anywho, and I think I don't know if there's anything else I need to wrap up for tonight. I don't even know. I can't even think if there's anything else I need to wrap up for tonight, rather than just a little bit of a tip or a pointer. But I don't know. But nope, that goes the other way, which means I gotta go that way with that box. Let me see something real quick. So that can go that way, and I can mount it that way. That works. At least I get to take my time mounting this thing together. But anyways, I want to say thank you for everybody for watching tonight. Unfortunately, my stream has come to an end for tonight. Please also leave a like, subscribe. and leave anything in the comment section down below. If you have anything you want to add, open suggestions are also nice. And I am going to check out that other thing tonight. Night, everybody, and stay tuned. Stay tuned for another live episode. Eventually, I should have a little bit more. Like, for me doing these real quick. Reason why I'm doing this like a little fast forward thing, because sometimes some people don't want to see it built, like, the steps are going through. But I try to do the best I can with this stream, and yeah, and hope you guys can stick around and get more done. But anyways, folks, I'm out. I'm gonna say peace, love, and happiness. Today is Thursday, so happy Thursday to everybody, and catch you guys on the next live feed, and that's basically it. And happy model building. I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.